$10 bet, it's $69.69.
Oh, you take over? I'll take over.
We'll act like we're gonna win money.
No chance.
Not at all.
Not a shot.
Welcome back to another episode of the Say It With Your Chest podcast. I believe it is episode 18.
I guess.
We are banging these things out.
I didn't even know which time. I'm off track. All right, let's
fine.
get it.
We're good.
I'm still watching the Florida State game.
Good. That's a good indication of when now they know when we're recording.
Yeah, it is currently September 2nd at 9:59 p.m.
But it's cool because it's before the season, so we don't really need to
Yo,
be
we
on
are.
the schedule.
What are we? 3 days away from football? We are 3 days away from football. We are 3 days away from football, John.
It's staying in now.
No, you can't have me
3
say that.
days.
3 days away from football. We're gonna get canceled.
I'm so excited. This is literally just like it's like you just know, like.
What did you say? What did you tell me you were doing? Oh, Florida State just scored.
I'm not gonna say that.
No,
but
no. I think you should.
It's good. But like the summer is fading. Cold air starts to come in.
Florida State's down by a touchdown.
The colors on the trees start changing. Everyone's busting out the flannels.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's cracking up cold ones.
And should we crack a cold one?
Watching the opening kickoff happen.
Did you keep my cold ones cold? Off topic?
Oh yeah, they
you
are
did?
sitting. They're sitting in the fridge.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Should we crack?
You should probably stop watching the game right now.
No, they just scored. Should we crack?
Oh, did they just score?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Should we crack cold one for the podcast since
No,
it's start of
absolutely
start of football season?
For the football episode, like
Okay.
for the Friday one, I will.
Okay, I'll wait. Oh,
You
dude,
gotta
football's
just
on
wait.
Thursday.
I know. So for Thursday, I will.
Okay.
But for this podcast,
I'm actually kind of excited about this.
We're going to go through all of our NFL award winners and then potential.
Division winners?
This one we're going to hit division winners as
Okay.
well.
Got it.
And then we're going to also go through our potential number one finishes in fantasy at the positions if they haven't changed for you at all.
I mean, mine are pretty much the same.
I mean, mine are just like ranked, but like who I will actually predict who will finish as the number one, like either quarterback,
Yeah.
receiver, running back, tight end on the year.
I would change I think just my tight end one.
Mhm.
Because I don't think Kelsey is going to finish as tight end one. I think that's kind of crazy.
I don't think it's crazy, but I just think it's like there's so many options now.
Yeah, I'm saying
It's,
with the tight ends, the young tight ends in the league,
right.
I don't think Kelsey's going to be number one for the rest of his career. To be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say at this point, NFL news wise, I mean, because we're right before the season, we kind of touched on everything so far. I think from now and since the last video we released, Brandon Ayuk has actually signed his contract.
Yeah. He signed that like an hour after we finished recording the last podcast.
Right.
So we couldn't really film one because that would be like a 5-second update.
But we're good now.
Yeah, we good.
I think we're good. I believe he signed a 4-year, $120 million deal.
Something like that.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
I probably should have had that up, but it's all right. Because I have
all
it days
the
ago now.
notable wide receiver ones that were holding out to get a contract all got a contract except for Jamal Chase. If you're a Jamal Chase fantasy owner like myself, you're starting to get a little scared. You know, he's playing in less than a week.
Mm-hmm.
Still hasn't signed. Still hasn't practiced. He might not play week 1. I think he'll definitely be playing week 2. I think between now and week 2 they'll have a deal signed. But week 1, I don't think he'll be playing.
We're getting close, man.
I know, and I'm scared because honestly, let's take a look at my back receivers.
Dude, I nailed it.
I'm scared.
I actually knew the Ayuk deal off the top of my head. It was 4-year, $120 million deal. He's staying in San Francisco. I think that's huge for the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
This is great now. So if you did draft him with him potentially going to the Steelers, you now know he's in the same situation as last year. He's going to ball out again. He was worth the pick wherever he was going. He's worth the money, in my opinion.
I think
great
so.
receiver. But yeah, back to Jamar Chase. This fiasco.
Yeah, so you
that's
see,
going on.
in my situation, if I don't have Jamal Chase in my starting lineup, my wide receiver 1 will be Michael Pittman. Not a bad
right.
wide
That's
receiver
not-
1. I'm
that's
happy with
fine.
that, especially with Anthony Richardson as my quarterback.
Mhm.
Nice stack. But to replace
Did you not draft up
Chase,
well?
my Terry McLaurin will have to go to my other receiver spot, which is fine.
That's not like.
But
the
that takes
worst
away my
thing.
flex. So my flex is between Austin Eckler, DeAndre Hopkins, Pat Fryermuth,
Yep.
Adam Thielen, and then Chandler from the Vikings. So, yeah.
So yeah.
It looks like Kevin's going to lose week 1 to someone who auto-drafted his whole team.
That's it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your team so far?
Oh, no, I like my team. But I would like my team a whole lot more if Jamar Chase signed a damn contract and was practicing and was playing on Sundays.
You want to compare our teams and see who
I
the
mean,
people out there who they think has a better squad?
ESPN ranked me as the 9th best drafted team.
I think they put me at 8th.
Yeah, but also I finished like 7th
And then
last
again,
year.
I never
Yeah.
believe anything they say because I always finish higher up.
That's what I'm saying. Preseason draft boards,
Yeah, they mean
I'm always low, but then I
All
finish
right,
high.
so just for context, this is a 10-man full PPR league. Right, there's no super flex, no double flex,
We should do that,
standard.
though. I want a 2 QB league.
I know you do. I'm already in one. It's fucking hectic, although I'm just like the goat at that.
It's just
shit.
so fun. I look at like my lineup and it's like you beat so and so 314 to 298.
It doesn't get that high. All right, so you want to kick it off? Who's your starting quarterback?
One second, I'm getting a call. Special guest on the podcast. I'm filming, Key. Yeah. You want to say hi? Say hi.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Guys, Susanna's engaged.
Yes, my friends who get. Honestly, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. I don't want to say that on. I don't know who they announced it to. Well, actually, no. They made an Instagram post. My friend Susanna is engaged. Congratulations, Susanna.
Quite literally official. Okay, have fun filming your podcast. Bye.
Bye, Key.
Bye.
Shout out Akila, man. What a
A little
homie.
drop in.
Yeah, what a homie.
All right, so you want to start with the?
With the quarterback?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Who is leading your team into battle?
Well, actually, I just said it. So my quarterback is Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. Hopefully, he's
How
coming
are you
off an
feeling about
injury.
that? And you got the stack too. With
Yeah, with
Pittman.
the sack with Pittman. I'm
That's
confident because, the 4 games he played last year?
Yeah, something like the 4 or 5 games.
He finished as a top 3 QB in all 4 of those games. So I think if he has a full healthy season, he's going to be just fine. I'm not, and also he didn't, because he had the same injury as Baker Mayfield did like 2 seasons ago, but Baker tried to play through it. Richardson sat out, got the surgery, healed it, so I think he's going to bounce back a lot better than Baker did and at a lot quicker rate. So I think he's going to be fine because he's had almost a year to recover from that injury. I'm not worried about it. He's fine.
Let me hear the whole team.
Okay. And then,
We're on the line.
running back, obviously I said this in the last podcast, I got Kyron Williams as my RB1. Yes, he
Which
wasn't.
is great.
Yeah, great.
The punting issue.
Yes.
Fortunately.
Yes.
But with the new, I guess it's
No,
punting. I don't
there's
know.
punting.
It's not a new rule.
So for
right.
you guys who don't know, Sean McVay came out and said that the Rams punt returner will be Kyron Williams this year, even though he's their RB1, which is a very controversial decision because why would you have one of your starting players as your punt returner? Because if he goes down, like you just lost one of your workhorses.
Like this. I think we're thinking into it too much
Uh-huh.
because the year that Cooper Kupp broke every record and just had an insane crazy year, he was also a punt returner for the
Was he?
Rams. But think about it. It's
Oh,
punt,
yo.
it's punt return.
No. Kyron Williams, triple crown winner right now.
Relax.
Cooper Kupp did it. He's
What would even be like the triple crown for a running
attempts, yards, and touchdowns.
back? Attempts.
He's gonna have 400 attempts on the ground. No, screw it. 500.
Okay.
600.
Dude, they could literally
700. 800.
But he's got
900.
They have no legs.
Dare I say it? 1,000. He's gonna average a yard a carry.
He's gonna average a yard. At this rate, probably.
Yeah, right.
If they're giving it to him 1,000 times. But he could literally just do this. Catch the ball, and that's it. They're off the
He
field.
could. Or
That's
he could,
gonna be most of the time.
No, or he could be a fucking dog, catch that ball, and crib it.
For your fantasy team, you ungrateful piece of shit.
Oh, I mean, yeah, because I get points if he
You
scores
only
a touchdown.
get you only get points if he scores. You don't get points for
But
anything
he's
else.
gonna hit him with the with the wee wee, and then it's gonna be a touchdown.
How we mean?
Shout out AJ Green.
This is a great RB1. Who's your RB2?
RB2. I'm not so confident in him. I got DeAndre Swift.
That's fine.
I mean, because like, yeah, he had a pretty good season last year, but like he was on the Eagles with like the best O-line in the league.
Yep.
Now he's on the Bears.
Fine O-line.
Fine O-line.
The offense
but
is good.
It's not the Eagles.
No, it's not.
I'm hoping he does more in the receiving game this year. Hoping Caleb, tosses him the rock a little bit.
I can see it.
And yeah, that's who it is. During the Colts bye week, I'm actually going to be excited because I do have Caleb Williams on my bench. So I lose a stack, but I gain a stack. So I'll always have a stack in my lineup. So I took Caleb in the later rounds. I'm hoping he has a good season. I don't think he's going to do better than Anthony Richardson, but for that one bye week that the Colts have, I'm excited.
Receivers after Pittman.
So just talked about it. Michael Pittman, stack with Anthony Richardson, blah, blah, blah.
That's going to be
And
great.
again, we just talked about it. Jamar Chase, hasn't signed yet. Don't know if he's playing
right.
week one.
We need to talk about it.
He needs Jamar Chase, sign your damn contract.
They're making steps. I hear they're good talks right now.
Yeah,
but he's not going to show up. He's not going to actually practice until they sign that deal.
No, yeah, but they said, oh, yeah, like, we have a deal in place, like, he's got to practice tomorrow. And then he showed up 15 minutes late in street clothes.
Yeah.
And didn't practice. So,
well, I
I'm
hear
not
it's
trusting
going
anything.
well. So he's showing up to practice.
I'm not trusting anything
just
until I see that
practicing.
Ian Rappaport tweet. Jamar Chase signed a whatever year deal for whatever
He
amount
wants
of money.
Jefferson's contract. Exact contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll probably get it.
Yeah, I mean, he's worth it,
He
but
probably will get it.
that's a lot of money.
We're just waiting.
Yeah.
And we're really close to the season.
I'm
like
getting
you
tired
play
of
the Patriots Sunday. Okay, that's it. We're within a week.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
I'm getting impatient.
Your first round pick doesn't have a contract. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
All right.
See, I didn't want to pick him because of that, but like he was there. I'm like, I can't pass him up because when he signs,
you
I
have
know he's
to.
gonna be good.
Yeah. He's still gonna play.
Yeah, I know. It just might not be for week one.
We know your flex.
Yeah, flex is Terry
Let's actually
McLaurin.
talk about that. What do you think about Terry this year as a new quarterback?
Honestly, I think he's just gonna put up his normal Terry numbers.
You don't think he's gonna do better?
Nah, because I feel like his quarterback needs to get comfortable first. Who is it? It's J.D. Daniels, right?
Jaden Daniels.
I feel like he needs to get
Heisman
comfortable
winner.
first in the in how the NFL works. It's a lot faster paced game than college is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of harder playbook, a lot more going on, louder crowds in stadiums.
Yeah.
So I feel like give him like a year to get comfortable with it. And then after that, then I think Terry's going to have a breakout season with him. Or I don't want to say breakout because Terry's already had his breakout season, but he's going to have an improved season.
Terry's also, yeah, I mean.
Because,
he's
Terry's
getting
put
there.
up, everyone knows the numbers Terry's put up. He's been a great receiver over the last couple of years. He's
But
had
I feel like his
terrible
potential is being
quarterbacks.
wasted because
Oh,
he
yeah.
does not have a quarterback.
He's had
who could be
over,
better.
it's like 10 or 12 quarterbacks he's had. None of them were like, yo, you got that quarterback.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I think he overlapped with Cousins, but for a season or two. So they didn't really get to.
No, he never overlapped.
You don't
with
think
Cousins.
so?
No, because Cousins went to the Vikings in 17. Terry wasn't in the league yet. Terry came in at 19. Herbert was already in
then
the
yeah,
Vikings.
he was gone already. Then yeah, that honestly, no, yeah.
No,
That makes my point even better.
Never
His
had a good
quarterback's
quarterback.
terrible. His
I
best
think he'll
quarterback
do
was
fine
Cale
this
Heineke.
year. I think now with Jahan Dotson gone,
Mhm.
I think Jay is just going to feed him all year.
No, I think he's gonna do fine.
Be a PPR
I just don't
machine.
think he's gonna have like a oh my god season.
No.
I feel like Jaden Daniels has to get just a little comfortable with the NFL,
Yeah,
which
sure.
is normal for any rookie
But
quarterback.
the year that he just had in LSU winning the Heisman, I mean, I think that will translate to the NFL pretty quickly. Even though he's on the Commanders, new coach, new system, new everything.
Mhm.
I think he'll do fine.
Yeah.
I think Terry will be great for fantasy this year.
I hope
That's
so.
definitely somebody that you should be going after.
Hey, from your lips to God's ears, my brother.
But then this is after big draft weekend,
Mhm.
so everyone should have their teams by now.
Yeah. If you haven't drafted
So
yet,
I hope you have
what are
Terry.
you doing?
Yeah. No. Yeah, you should definitely have already drafted your teams by now. 3 days out from the season. This is bad. Who's a tight end repping the squad?
Tight end, Young Buck.
Young
Trey
Buck.
McBride.
Ooh.
Trey
I
McBride.
fucking love it, Kevin.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful
Mhm.
pick. What round did you get him in? You remember? Probably actually check that.
You're the commissioner. Shouldn't you see it? I drafted him.
Looking for the Trey McBride.
I don't know.
Trey McBride went in the 6th round.
I got him in the 6th.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think him and Kyler are going to have an explosive season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, Marvin Harrison's there, but, like, it's Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride. That's all Kyler has to work with. So those two guys are just going to have insane seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, we already know about your kicker and defense situation because
Yes,
you were the first person to pick both of them
Yes,
in the 7th round.
In the 9th, I believe.
Unbelievable.
So 7th round, I drafted the one, the only Justin Tucker. He's the only player that's been on my team every single year since we started this draft back in 2020, right? 2020. And then in round 9, I drafted the best defense in the 49ers. Not much I have to say there. They're the 49ers. They have the best defense. John, what's your team looking like, buddy?
Anything else you want to give the bench?
Nah, bench players are irrelevant.
Damn, I'm gonna give my bench players.
You're gonna give your
right,
no.
so-
If you're giving your bench players, I'll give my bench players. Honestly, I gave most of them already. But so obviously,
rattle them off.
Austin Eckler, Caleb Williams, D Hop, Pat Fryermuth, Adam Thielen, Chandler,
Ty Chandler.
and then honestly, I named all these already except for my last bench player, and that's Evan McPherson. And I mentioned him in the last video.
I don't know why you have a backup kicker in a 10-man league.
Because I got it was the final pick. There was like nobody on the board worth
nobody
drafting.
on the board. There is plenty of people on the board.
Well, really, I just didn't care, so I just picked Evan
there's some
McPherson.
decent players still on the board.
I just picked
Like
Evan
Demario
McPherson.
Douglas.
Demario Douglas.
It's a hell of a pick. Dude, Tyler Conklin?
You're Tyler Conklin.
Stop it.
Oh,
What
Daniel
would you
Jones.
gi-
How did I not
What
pick
would
him?
you give your rating?
No one picked up Deshaun Watson.
God, no.
Really?
Why would that
Or
be
Baker Mayfield?
Why would that be a starting quarterback?
Wait. Why is Baker Mayfield not on someone's bench? That's what I'm
Because
confused
nobody
about.
needs him. But speaking of
Or
backup
Tua?
quarterbacks- Speaking of backup quarterbacks, you know who my backup quarterback is?
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
Really?
I have Jaden Daniels as my
Hey.
backup quarterback.
Wait, no, we really need to talk about this, bro. I was wrong. So no one picked Baker Mayfield as backup. Crazy. No one picked Geno Smith. That could have been a good late round. No one picked Daniel Jones. If anyone picks Daniel Jones in any league across the universe,
The universe.
you should just be executed.
Damn.
No one picked Deshaun Watson. No one picked Matthew Stafford.
This is great.
No one picked Tua.
I see no problem. We're in a one quarterback league. Everyone's got a good starter.
But like as backups, I'm saying. I'm not saying starters, backups.
You can pick them up off waivers.
But like, how do you not pick Tua as at least a backup when he has Waddle and Hill? I'm confused about that. Gardner Minshew.
Go grab him then.
I don't want it. I've been
I don't want him.
riding the Gardner Minshew trade since he got drafted. He is good. I don't care what anyone says. He is good. He the fact that he's bounced around all these teams already is mind-boggling to me.
All right. We'll speed this segment up.
Yeah,
Real
go ahead.
quick. So I'm running with Jalen Hurts as my commander-in-chief. Also got A.J. Brown to pair that up with a nice stack. I believe that is a top 2 stack in the league, in my opinion.
That's
Could be
a very
could
good
be
stack.
one.
Very good
My
stat.
2 running backs, Jonathan Taylor and Devon Achane. Coming in the backfield, got the speedster and Johnny Taylor after 2 back-to-back hurt seasons. I think he's going to come out and just absolutely dominate the league. I think the Colts as a whole are going to be great.
Hope so.
Devon Achane, we're going to hope Raheem Mostert just like hurts his toe on the way to the arena. And Devon Achane just takes over. Whoa.
My bad.
Rashee Rice is my current wide receiver 2. And so I will have him playing this Thursday night against the Ravens. I'm actually kind of excited about that with the whole lawsuit and the legal stuff going on.
It just brings a smile to my face. Hear you say that.
What?
I'll have him playing this
I know.
Thursday night. This
Well, I'll have
Thursday
him
night.
this
Not next
Thursday
Thursday.
night.
Not on Thursday night. Like, in the future, this
No, watching
Thursday
Rashee
night.
Rice score 4 touchdowns against Hank's bitch ass. Even though Hank's got Mahomes, I still have
I mean, it works out
Rashee
for both
Rice.
of you.
Yeah, it
it
works out for both of us. He does have Derrick Henry, though,
so that's the only thing I got to worry about.
Oh.
Now, the rest of my team I think is great. I mean, I got Stephon Diggs at the flex, which I think Houston's just going to have a big year, so that's a solid flex for me. Falcons defense, Brandon Aubrey as my kicker. My bench is actually phenomenal. I got T. Higgins, David Montgomery.
Wow, you have T. Higgins on your bench? That's a great.
Tony Pollard, Keon Coleman, Jaden Daniels, Cole Kmet, Jamison Williams, with Nick Chubb on the IR.
Oh, you picked up Nick Chubb?
The only thing that I'm terrified about is tight end, my starting tight end. Because I went really late, and everybody was picking up tight ends. Like they needed a backup.
You were the last one to pick a tight end.
Last one to pick a starting tight end. So my starting tight end is rookie Brock Bowers for the Raiders, which is not like the worst thing ever.
It's not. He was a great college player.
I drafted Laporta late last year, and it worked out as the number 1 tight end last year. Can I do it back-to-back?
I don't think Brock Bowers is going to be number 1.
Brock Bowers, phenomenal talent at Georgia.
He could be in the top 10. He's a good tight end.
He's a great tight end.
Yeah,
Like if Bowers were drafted last year's draft, he would have went in the first round before Laporta and Kincaid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
arguably better talent, So it's just the offense he's on.
Yeah, he's not on the best offense, but I'm telling you, Gardner Minshew's good.
We need Gardner Minshew to feed this man.
Dude, he is good.
Well, here's how I think about it. It's Devontae, along with Jacoby.
Yeah.
But then you got
Jacoby's hit or miss though.
Brock Bowers is the third guy up.
Yeah, I know.
Arguably second.
I know.
Behind Adams.
I know. Trust me, brother. I know.
And now with Josh Jacobs going, I kind of like it go to the passing game a lot more. They're going to be down in a lot of games. I think Brock Bowers just gets a PPR machine. So I'm okay with it. Really. I'm going to smoke Hank's ass. It's going to start Thursday night with an ass whooping. Rashee Rice, book it right now. 9 catches, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
You're willing to put a bet on that on DraftKings?
I'll do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to bet on him to score. I know that for sure.
Okay.
What was I now you have it on camera, though, that I said 9 for 127, I think I said, and 2.
I know you asked me. I'll answer after I ask you. What do you rank your draft? What letter grade would you give it?
Ooh, what letter grade I'd give it?
A through F. What are you giving it?
I really like my team. Compared to everyone else's, I think my team's pretty complete.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily see too many flaws besides the rookie tight end. My bench has depth all over the place. I'm not really going to be hitting waivers too much, honestly. I drafted really well. But I'll be fair, and I'll say A-.
A-.
To just an A. I won't go all the way to A+ because I do still have a slight flaw in my team. Mm-hmm. But I think I draft well year in, year out, so I'm very confident giving myself an A- to an A.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'll give mine a C+ to a B-. Because my starting lineup, love my starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
If I was basing it just on that, I'd rank it B+, A-, But my bench, I do think, is going to need a little bit of help throughout the season. I might have to hit the waivers or maybe some trades here and there just for bench players, for backup, for depth.
Mm-hmm. Your bench is a lot of older, aging players.
Yeah. So, starting lineup, great. That's like an A-. Whole team, C+ to B-. But I think I'll be fine.
You think so? Be fine?
I think I'll be fine. I'm confident.
What do you believe this team can get you this season? Do you realistically see a championship with this team?
Probably not.
Okay.
If I'm being honest with you, probably not.
Straight up.
I mean, but I could definitely see myself making the playoffs. Maybe winning a playoff game.
Okay.
So.
It's a fair assessment.
Yeah. I'll be happy if I make the playoffs. But I mean, you never know. All my starting, Terry McLaurin could go off.
Right.
Everyone else on my starting lineup could just go off, and I could just win every game with just my starting lineup.
Or everyone else's team just falls apart like they usually do, and then you just come strolling in past everybody.
I mean, I know usually when I play Hank, it's usually I have a bye week from one of my top players, and so I'll pick up someone random from the waiver wire, and they'll have 30 points.
Yeah, and then you'll just piss Hank off because Hank's starting receiver broke his leg.
I don't think Hank has ever beat me. Since he's entered the league 3 years ago now, I don't think he's ever beat me. It's always the same way. His players get injured, or I pick up someone random off waivers they go off.
That is rough.
Yeah. So Hank does not have good luck against me.
All right. Well, before we get into the awards, where
do you think your team's gonna take you this year?
Pretty far.
You see a championship in it?
Definitely. I could definitely. Yeah, this team definitely is championship quality. I'm just gonna call for a 3rd place finish, barring no injuries. That's for sure. Injuries could just tank your entire season and kill every hope and dream you ever had. So
you're guaranteeing a podium finish?
I think, yeah. I mean, this team is
Like
definitely
Mr. Gary Herbert
definitely
himself
should,
over at Dude Perfect?
finish 3. I mean, realistically, this is like hits all over the place.
So would you say you're channeling your inner Garrett Hilbert
I
from Dude
like-
Perfect?
Guaranteeing a podium.
Yeah.
Guaranteeing at least a 3rd place. I definitely like that for my team.
I've been
Because
saying this for years. I think you look like him too, so that's fitting.
me, I'm not even ginger.
No, do you don't? I feel like you guys.
You're more ginger.
Steak-faced.
You look more like him than I do.
Whoa.
Brother, you got the same like facial hair and
No
everything,
shot.
and same color.
Just because my beard comes in red, don't mean nothing.
That's not my problem.
I mean, it's not an insult. Love you, Garrett, if you're watching. What's up, buddy? Even though I'm more of a Team Corey guy myself.
Tall guy, twin beards, purple hoser.
Now we can. I think also just like my bench is just gonna get me through the season, where a lot of other people that might be their flaw.
Yeah.
They'll be fighting on the waivers for some rookies. But listen, it worked out last year. I mean, I was able to pick up Kyron, and I lost in the championship to the guy who picked up Puka.
Puka's not gonna have a good season. Cooper Cup for the win, baby.
Shut the fuck up.
No, it is.
All
I'm
right.
telling you.
Swipe. Next segment.
It's like one of the singers. Singing clips.
Before we get into the picks, though, I do want to just talk about college football a little bit, because we didn't do a podcast on it or a video.
It's funny you say that because I'm currently watching college.
Because we currently are watching the Boston College FSU game.
Florida State, what are you doing, man? As a fan, like, you know.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank
DJ
you.
Unguable Gibe.
As a Florida State fan, you know, week 0, we lost a close game against Georgia Tech. Okay.
Which you should have never been close.
It shouldn't have been, but it's like if we were gonna lose, at least it was close. It's not like we got blown out by a team we shouldn't have got blown out. As of right now, there is 12 minutes and 13 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Boston College is beating us 28-13.
I can't believe I didn't put
Boston
on this.
College. We are ranked number 10. Why is Boston College 2 touchdowns ahead of us?
Dude, if you guys lose 2 straight,
We're gonna.
you guys
We're
will.
gonna.
You guys are gonna lose 2 straight to unranked teams. You guys are gonna drop from 10 to fucking out of the rankings. You guys are gonna drop to like 25th at best. You hope that you do.
In the rankings.
I know, but it's like at best. If
We're
you
gonna
do.
drop to 37th.
I totally forgot to like mention the set also. Like, dude, for the people who have been watching
yeah.
or haven't or are new to the show, check out the new stuff that's going up on the wall. We got the Notre Dame. Check out all the knickknacks on the shelf now. You guys
Lot
can
of
totally
Panthers
ask
stuff.
questions about those in the comments, because I know that you will, but you probably won't. Panthers country, Panthers County and shit. There's stuff all over the walls. You'll see more stuff when people appear on the couch.
And don't worry, it's not just gonna be Panther and Notre Dame stuff. We're gonna mix in some other teams.
Sorry, man.
We're gonna mix in some other teams. I got some stuff I'm gonna bring in, so don't
Hey,
worry.
man, there's a baseball.
Wow.
Well, basketball,
Why?
dude, all sports.
Why?
Panthers country, son. You don't like it?
No.
Go back to Giants, whatever you guys call yourselves.
The G-Man.
The losers. What? Sorry. My bad.
I mean, my fancy name is Sad Giants fan.
But yeah, dude, speaking of Notre Dame, though, great win against Texas A&M. I mean, Riley Leonard looked, okay. The offense was looking... The offense looked meh, but the defense looked incredible. That's a door slam. Defense looked great. Balled out. I mean, listen, we're number 7 ranked going into 20th ranked Texas A&M in Texas A&M. We are going in as dogs.
Dogs.
I feel like on the defensive front we dominated all game, and then the offense took over in the 4th quarter. We were able to sneak out a win. Perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like us going forward. Our schedule is looking pretty simple, I'd say. I mean, I know a lot of people are calling for an undefeated season as of right now.
But who do you guys play? That's the question.
I'll tell you right now.
Because I said this before off camera. You could go undefeated, but if you play like Kennesaw State every game, you're not going to be ranked,
Well, I'll tell you the teams, and you let me know. All right.
Okay.
So we played Texas A&M,
Yeah.
a ranked team already, beat them by 10.
That's great. Always great beating a ranked team.
To start it off, especially in their home.
Yeah.
Okay. We are home for North Illinois next week. We are favored by 30.
Well, I mean, it's North Illinois.
So you tell me that's a win? You tell me win or loss for these games.
I would hope a win. Especially being favored by 30.
Then away at Purdue.
Win.
Dub. Home for Miami of Ohio.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Miami.
No. I'd be actually scared for that game.
Yeah, no.
We don't play.
If it was Miami, you guys would probably lose.
Yeah.
But you win since it's of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Big Ben, though.
That's a dub.
Yeah.
We're home for that.
Better be.
Then we're home for Louisville. Now, Louisville's not ranked, but we lost to them last year when we shouldn't have, and it just really upset me. Yeah, we're home. We were home last year, too. And I just remember ESPN just, like, zooming in on Jack Harlow, just, like, doing backflips, and I was like, what are we doing? How did we clearly had the better team, and we lost.
John, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say an L.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think you're beating Louisville.
I think we overcome it.
Okay.
And we beat them.
Okay.
Smoke them.
Okay.
I wouldn't say smoke them, but we'll see. We'll see how the season builds.
Good game.
Because we got a couple weeks till that game.
Yeah.
Because that's not till that's actually in 4 weeks. That's the end of September. Then we are home for Stanford. Dub.
Yeah. I'm gonna say dub, but I think it's gonna be closer than you think.
Away at Georgia Tech.
I mean, they just beat Florida State.
Yeah, but Florida State's losing to Boston College right now. I know we wouldn't be losing to Boston right now. Trash.
Yeah, no. That's probably a dub for you guys.
Dub. Then we are away at Navy.
I would hope a dub.
Would hope a dub. Hey, then guess what? We're home for Florida State.
L. Loss.
Shut the fuck
Loss.
up.
L. I'm telling you, L.
I can't wait till Florida State hasn't won a game up until this point, and then this is the game they somehow win.
L. Loss.
Dub.
No.
We'll circle back to this. All right, because we got till November.
We'll do a live stream during that game. Me and John watching it.
Look at this. I'm so down. We are then home for Virginia.
It's probably going to be a good game.
Dub.
But probably a dub.
Home for Army. Dub. Then away at USC.
Oh.
That should be a good game to end off the regular season.
Dude, honestly, L.
I still think we beat them. We own USC.
I did not.
We own them.
Dude, I think after watching how they played it last night against LSU,
we have
nah.
LSU. It's just, dude. Last night was atrocious. I saw nothing good from LSU last night.
Nah, bro.
I ain't even gonna talk about that straight up. Notre Dame, dumb. And some other news though. I mean, Oregon. I was just like a little annoyed about Oregon. This is Ohio State. We'll get on to that. They absolutely demolished.
Well, yeah, they were playing.
Oregon was playing Idaho, and that game was only like a 2-score game for majority of the game.
Are you serious?
And Oregon is picked to be like a national, like win the championship.
Weren't they ranked first going in?
3.
They're
ranked 3 right now. Georgia is ranked 1, and they destroyed Clemson. That's Dabo is gonna lose his job most likely. I saw nothing good from Clemson. Everybody out there, all you sports analytic people who were actually debating on picking Clemson or picking them to cover the spread at all, I don't know what you guys were thinking. There was no ball movement. 3 points, a whopping 3 points. They did miss a kick at some point, but Georgia was just dominant in the all second half. I mean, it was close in the first half. I'll give you that. Pretty defensive in the first half. Second half, Georgia blew them out of the water. Oregon, though, I mean, I was going to pick them to win the national championship. I really did. I like what I see from them. And that was a 2-score game for fucking Idaho, and they were home. And they finally won 24-14. I just want to see a little bit more from them. My dark horse would be Ole Miss. I mean, Jackson Dart, holy fuck. Dude,
oh, watch your language.
He threw for like 500 yards and like 7 touchdowns. It was like video game numbers, seriously. Yeah. Besides Georgia dominating Clemson, Ohio State and Alabama had a fucking frenzy. Texas was doing so well, like 4 quarterbacks came out and scored their own touchdowns throughout the game.
Shout out Arch Manning.
But Ole Miss put up like 70-something points. How much did they put up? They won 76-0 against Furman. It was just not even like, what? I like Jackson Dart. As I don't even know if he would be a sleeper anymore for the Heisman, but I do think that like Ole Miss, I'd like Oregon to make the championship. Either one of those. Notre Dame's gonna be tough. As much as I love them, I think they'll make the playoffs fine. They're gonna have a great season. I don't see championship in them yet. Probably not for a while. I've been waiting on that for quite some time. But this was a really good week of football. Although all the top teams were playing really bad.
I mean, that's always how it starts.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm excited for week 2, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm excited for next week.
I'm not going to lie. This is so far, The game I'm watching right now is the second college football game I'm watching a majority of this season, and this is probably the most college football I've watched in my 22 years of existence in one season.
That's crazy.
I do not watch college football, but for this podcast's sake, I want to start watching college football so I can talk about the games that are going on, and also towards the end of the season when the draft's coming up, I could talk about who I like coming into the draft, where I think they're gonna go.
Yeah, dude, just drafted for a dynasty league last year. We did the startup draft a couple days ago. Scared the shit out of me.
He wouldn't stop talking about it since he knew he had the first overall
pick. How could I
pick.
not? I was given the first pick in like 3 days' notice. What do you want me to do? You'd be freaking out too.
Nico Collins.
I did get Nico Collins.
Exactly.
Not at the 1, but swipe.
So, John, division winners. Let's start off with that before we get into the individual award winners. You want to start it off with the...
No, because I actually don't know where that went. So you just start with the division, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I do know who will win all the divisions.
All right. NFC East, who you got?
All right, well, you could have, like, started, and then I could have just followed it.
All right, fine. NFC East, let's start off with, my conference. The New York Giants. I kid.
I was going to say.
I got the Eagles. I think they're going to run away with it. The Cowboys might contest them a tiny bit, but I don't. With the addition of Dotson and Saquon, I don't really see the Cowboys taking it away from the Eagles this year.
And with that division, it's been a new person every year.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Cowboys won last year, too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Remember the Eagles, like, fell apart?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the back half was terrible.
They would have won.
Yeah.
I like the Eagles, too.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles are going to dominate all year. I don't know where everyone's coming out. They're like, Jalen Hurts for MVP? What are you talking about? The Eagles are going to be good? Yeah, right. Bunch of bitch-ass motherfuckers. That's all I hear. Straight up haters.
Wow. Getting aggressive early.
It's getting feisty.
All right.
Hit me with another division. Go.
NFC North. This one, I contemplate a little bit because I think it's going to be a little bit competitive.
I mean, I have my pick, but it's going to be competitive.
So I chose the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, with the Pack, Jordan Love looked great last season. So maybe the Packers actually, with the addition of Josh Jacobs, they might compete for that number 1 spot. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago is like the dark horse in that division. Because Caleb looked great in the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
They got DeAndre Swift. They got Keenan Allen. Like, that could be a very reasonable dark horse to win the division.
I mean, I still like the Lions pretty comfortably. I know it's going to be, like, somewhat tight. I don't think the Vikings really have a chance due to the quarterback situation. The Bears, it all relies on Caleb and how competitive they stay and are early in the year. I think these Packers fans, man, are killing me, honestly. They're starting to turn into Cowboys fans.
Do you not think
one full year Jordan Love, and they are just fully sold that he will just get the 1 seed in the NFC, just dominate everybody.
I don't think 1 seed, but I think they're going to be the biggest competition for the Lions.
Sure, but I think the Lions are going to win 13 games. I don't see the Packers winning 13 games. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions and
I see the
Packers
series legitimately winning 13, going 13-4 or 14-3, getting the 1 seed in the NFC. I don't see the Packers doing that.
All right.
I just think the Lions are too talented on both sides of the ball. Where like the Packers have a great defense, and yes, they have very young wide receivers, and now they exchanged Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones. But I still think the Lions, every bit on that offense is better than the Packers, and still, like, the defense is fine, too.
All right.
So yeah, Lions.
Okay, so far,
I'll take it over.
We're both in agreement for both divisions so far.
Yep.
NFC South.
Oh, you want to hit me with the South already. All right, I'll take this one.
Yeah, you go ahead, because I know
this is my team's division. Okay, I'm not going to come out.
I feel like you told me who you have.
Well, I mean,
I've
done multiple picks. Obviously, I put bets in for the Panthers, too, just in case.
Which I think is crazy, but you were saying the other day that, like,
NFC South, though.
Yeah, but you were, like, so confident that they could come out of nowhere and win this thing.
Well, I got to be confident in my team, but you're a Giants fan. You're talking like you guys can actually beat the Cowboys and Eagles.
No, I'm a Giants fan, and I'm telling you right now, we have no shot in finishing.
That's not what you were saying.
We have no shot at finishing
a couple
top
days
3.
ago.
What are you talking about?
You were saying that like a couple weeks ago that you could do it.
Dude, I was joking.
Oh, now you're joking.
We might take a game.
Now you're joking.
We might take a
I'm
game
not
from
joking
the
because
Commanders.
our division is so awful.
Uh-huh.
You guys won't even beat the Commanders, all right?
No, if we're beating anyone in the division, we're taking one game from the Commanders.
We are going
we usually beat them
to.
at least once.
I know that we are going to beat the Saints because the Saints are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers have upgraded, man.
Wait, so you saying the Panthers are winning that?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that. It's fine. I'll get on everyone else's stupid fucking level. I'll just pick the Falcons to win that division.
Okay.
I think they've just gotten too many pieces for them to fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
New coach, bring in your $100 million quarterback, Bijan's second year. Drake London looks good. Hopefully Kyle Pitts can get more involved. The offensive line is great. It's theirs to lose. I don't want to say that they're going to win, but it's theirs to lose. As much as the Bucks won it last year, the Falcons have all the pieces to be a good team in the NFC. So if they do it, I'm going to laugh in all Falcons fans' faces and just be really happy and excited. But I would also like to say that this division could drop to any 4 teams in that division because it's so bad.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But I won't take the Panthers for this video's sake.
Okay.
As much as I would like to.
Well, John,
I'll be realistic. They won't win the division.
I have to say, I disagree with you.
Okay.
I think the Buccaneers are going back-to-back division winners. You know, I just think, like you said, the Falcons have all these new pieces. They have a new coach, a new scheme, new players. Keyword is new. I feel like it might be too new. They might not be used to it. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield's going to his second season there. Mike Evans has been there his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same system they've been running. I feel like it's going to be a close one, but I think the Buccaneers are just going to pass the Falcons. Just because I feel like their chemistry is going to be better than the Falcons.
Okay. Well, I mean, just because they're new doesn't mean it's just.
No, I know. I mean, the Falcons might,
It's all veterans. It's not like they brought
the Falcons
in some
might blow everyone out of the water and just destroy the division. But I think the Bucks are going to win for safekeeping. I think it's the Bucks.
I could see it.
Yep. Rounding out the NFC with the NFC West.
Okay.
I feel like this one is kind of easy.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's easy, but.
Well, I'm going 49ers.
Okay.
You know, the best offense, one of the best offense in the league, the best defense in the league, like CMC, Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, the list goes on and on and on and on. And I got Nick Bosa on the defensive side, Fred Warner, they're good. Their safety, I forgot his name, but he's good.
I forgot his name.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm blanking on his name. But yeah, I feel like the 49ers just gotta run away with the division.
Who are you thinking? Ufunga or Travarius Ward?
Yeah, Ufunga.
He got hurt. He tore his ACL last year.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
All right.
I was talking to him the other day. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
He called me.
So now, I am going to go with the Rams.
What?
With this. I think it's a lot closer than people think.
Okay.
That division is also tough because as much as there's a lot of talent, the Cardinals upgraded, man. They're going to be a sneaky fun team this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks have a great defense. As much as I don't want to talk good in front of him right now, their secondary, you could argue, is one of the best in the league. It's young. This is disgusting. The offense is fine. They're going to compete and make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But the Rams swept the Seahawks twice. Swept them last year.
Yeah.
Both games. I think and now the Rams got some more pieces on defense. Their offense is going to be another year now with Puka and Kyron.
Mm-hmm.
And a healthy Cooper Kupp, which I know that you're excited about.
Yeah, he's gonna do better.
And as long as Stafford is healthy and that offense stays healthy, I like that offense to put up enough points to beat the Niners. The Niners, listen, as much as they were dominant in their games, they did have that little stretch in the middle of the season there where they were getting beat by bad teams. Mm-hmm. And I think that the Rams will be able to take advantage. We've seen the matchups between Sean McVay and Shanahan over the last couple of years. They both had their ebbs and flows, pros and cons against each other. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be close. I'm not saying it's going to come down to week 18, or whenever they play each other a second time. That's what it's going to come down for the division.
Yeah.
They might have the same record, and the Rams will win the division. but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people are giving the Rams credit for.
Yeah.
So I like the Rams in a close NFC West end of season call.
Okay. All right.
That's what I got for that.
Starting off with the AFC,
Mhm.
we have the AFC East.
This one's tough too.
This
one is tough too.
I thought about this one for a decent amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, it was between Dolphins and Jets.
Right.
Patriots, I didn't even think about the Patriots.
No.
The Bills, they lost a key player in Diggs. They have a lot of young guys that Josh Allen's going to be targeting. So,
They lost people on both sides, man.
yeah. So, I mean, I don't think the Bills, I don't think it's their year.
No.
I don't think it's their year. But, you see, the Dolphins, I wanted to pick them.
Mm-hmm.
Tua's got Hill, he's got Waddle, he's got Moser, he's got A-Chain. Their offense is great. Their defense, they got Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb. They got a decent defense.
The loss of Christian Wilkins is going to be
that's a big loss. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins win. But I had to take the Jets.
Okay.
Because I just feel like on paper, it's their division.
Really?
I think on paper the Jets should make the playoffs.
Okay.
Even though I don't want them to, because I'm a Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a fine comeback season.
Yep.
He's gonna love throwing to Garrett Wilson. He's gonna love throwing to Mike Williams if he gets healthy.
Well, he is actually playing week 1.
He is playing week 1?
Yeah, he is playing week 1.
Oh, okay. I think he's gonna love throwing to Mike Williams for the 3
You're
games.
not going to have a full Mike Williams this season
for
with the ACL tear last year, but he is playing week 1, which I'm surprised about.
Yeah. I think Breece Hall is going to have an insane season.
I agree.
He's going to be a top 3 fantasy running back for the end of the season. Defense, you got, I can't think of his name, Sauce Gardner, Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
On paper, those are playoff teams.
Championship defense.
I wouldn't say championship.
That's crazy.
I don't think championship.
You could argue the best defense in the league.
I don't think championship.
That's crazy.
You
I
don't
think
have pick in the division.
You don't even think they have a championship defense?
I think they have a playoff defense.
That's insane.
I think they have a playoff team. I think they're going to win that.
This defense is just waiting for the offense to finally put up points so that they could finally just let up no points.
I think the Jets...
So they can actually give a shit.
It's going to be like you said with the other division. I forgot which one you said it with. Might have been the South. It's going to be the last time the Dolphins and Jets play each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to determine it.
Okay.
So I think it's all going to come down to the last few games of the season for the AFC East.
I like it.
Who you got now?
I'm going with Miami. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Miami. I thought about this long and hard, but then again, I don't really have to. The Patriots stink. They're going nowhere. They're going to have a top 3 pick in the draft next year. The Bills have lost a lot of players on both sides, and I don't like them to have any sustainability throughout the season. I think the Bills will probably finish as a bottom... they're not going to finish as a top 10 team, but I don't think they're going to finish as a bottom 20 team. They're going to finish in that 15 to 20 range season, and it's not going to... I think they will barely make the playoffs or miss the playoffs. They're going to be teetering on that line, and I think that it'll also cost Sean McDermott's head coaching job in the process. And they might be, honestly, they missed their window. In my opinion, they missed their Super Bowl window. Winning a division is not going to help anything.
All because of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yep.
All because of them.
And then it came down to the Dolphins and the Jets, and I will say that, to me, the Jets have a championship defense. Their defense is ready to play now. They have such young pieces. They don't let up a lot of points. Nobody wants to throw to Sauce because he just locks up your 1 every time. Aaron Rodgers, though, scares me. 40 years old, coming back from an Achilles tear. I think he's going to be fine. Will his connection with Garrett Wilson last all season? Will it be fine? I think Breece Hall will do great, but then again, it's really just those 2 pieces because Mike Williams, coming back from an ACL tear, I don't think he's going to be much this season, but we'll see. Other players have come back from worse injuries, so we'll see what happens. I don't think that the Jets necessarily have enough offensively to last all year. I also need to just see another full season of Aaron Rodgers again with another 1 receiver in Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
And see how the defense holds up. As much as I love them the last couple of years, they haven't played with a good enough offense for them to, play all year, give a shit all year.
They need to stay healthy.
On the Miami side, Tua just signed the big contract. Tyreek got another extension. Jalen Waddle's got his money. You got Devon Achane in there. Freaking Jalen Wright, rookie running back, also in the backfield. They got a bunch of speedsters out there. I know that the Panthers took some of their linemen, so they might have some lineman issues, but I also like the defense. Finally get a full season of Jalen Ramsey, Bradley Chubb. I think that Miami, as much as...
Real quick, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Florida State just lost to Boston College 28-13. What are we doing?
Awful.
What are we doing?
Terrible. That's 0-2, man.
And we were home. We were in Tallahassee. What are we doing? Sorry, continue.
Thanks. Forgot where I was. Miami. We saw last year the absolute, insane start they had last year. Maybe not record-wise, but just offensive-wise, the amount of points they were scoring. On, granted, bad teams. They beat the Broncos 70-20 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
they smoked the Giants. They smoked the Panthers. They smoked all the bad teams. And then it came down to...
Hey, a win's a win when a win's a win.
Listen, they did well against the Jets, and they did well against the Patriots. Tua has actually never lost to the Patriots, believe it or not.
Well,
if you can believe that.
Look about when he came in. The Patriots weren't good when he came in.
Saying.
They're still not good now.
I'm just saying.
I think I can enter the league right now and go...
Bills lost to the Pats last year, and the Bills were second seed, so what's your argument there?
But the Bills didn't have Tyreek Hill.
That's the argument.
Yes.
That's Diggs.
You could put someone... I think we might have talked about this in the pod, but it might have been privately. You could put someone in zone, and Tyreek Hill's outrunning him.
Well, no, because I remember last year, week 2, they played each other, and Tyreek was just not existent that game. They won without Tyreek Hill. I'm just trying to talk to you, man. I'll continue. It's all right. The Dolphins are a September and October team.
Continue.
I thought we were going to flip back, and I was going to look at the camera. You were going to look at me. It's going to be the same thing. Whatever.
You want to
I want to see the Dolphins the entire season. I need to see the Dolphins play in cold weather in December and win some football games.
Chilly.
I need to see them come to New York, Philly, somewhere in the Northeast and win a game. And I need to see them in full playoff form. I mean, granted, Miami went and played in Kansas City, one of the coldest football games ever in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that was insane.
So I give them credit for that.
Yeah, but that was their downside, was the weather.
They need to pretty much
compete.
be perfect in the first 2 months if they want a chance at winning the division or doing well, because that's where they are. But I think that their offense is built for this. Everyone's got paid, so everyone's happy down there in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be close, but I do like Miami to edge out the Jets.
Okay. And now AFC North. I took the Ravens. I feel like this division could be competitive. Oh, I thought that was your personal...
No, I'm like, who?
That's my aunt.
Not your aunt.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I thought that was your personal account, so I was like, why is she...
Following me?
Yeah, following you. I was really confused. Anyway, I think the AFC North can be very competitive with the Ravens and the Bengals, but that's it.
Yeah.
The Steelers, trash. The Browns, I just don't think they're gonna compete this year. I think the Browns are gonna have a down season. They're gonna start looking like the...
Really? You
Yeah.
think they're going a down season?
I think they have a down.
Why?
I don't know, because I was thought long and hard about the Browns. I was really looking at the rock. I got a gut feeling.
They didn't even lose anybody on their defense.
I know.
Their
I just got a
defense was
gut feeling
shutting teams
something's
down
going to
last
happen.
year.
Something's just not going to click.
Can I be for real
It's
with
like
you?
the Eagles in the back half of the season last year. They just started losing.
When I first made my divisions parlay,
Was it
last
Browns
month,
the
and started thinking of it, Browns were my winner
Yeah.
in the North.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I have gone back and forth about this. This is tough.
Yeah.
This is a tough division to pick.
Steelers
are out.
I
think we can agree on that.
Yeah. I didn't even consider the Steelers.
Yeah.
No, they weren't even.
I can't rule out the Browns, man. They did
I don't know
so
why.
well last year.
I really feel like it's going to be like the Eagles in the back half of the season last year, how they just started losing games. I think the Browns are going to start off like 2-3 or 2-4. Like, I don't know. I just
I
don't
think it
think
just relies on the offense. Their defense legit carried them last year.
No, I know.
Within like the
I know,
inconsistency with Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco back and
I know.
forth.
I just don't think it's going to be the Browns' year. But I do think it's going to be the Ravens' year. They got Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Lamar and Zay Flowers. Great connection right there. You got Mark Andrews, considering he stays healthy the whole season. He likes to get injured here and there. And then you got that... What? What are you laughing at?
Like the injury. He just likes to get injured
He
here
does.
and there.
You know?
Just last year, he broke his ankle. This is nothing. Biggie.
And then they have the huge ad in Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry could do very well in this offense. I put him in my top 10 running backs list. I think he's going to have a killer week 1 against the Chiefs. And then, because the Ravens are a running offense.
Yeah.
Like, it's built for a running back. I'm pretty sure you said it last time. I'm hoping inside the 10-yard line, they don't choose to have Lamar run it in.
Well, sometimes they will, but that's
No,
fine.
yeah, that's fine.
their offense.
But I think
And
if they want a higher success rate in the red zone,
Yeah.
you got to give it
I don't
to
think
Derrick Henry.
it's not going to be like what Jalen Hurts and DeAndre Swift were going through last year.
No.
Where Swift didn't score a rushing touchdown.
Well, I
because
mean,
of
with
all
the
Hurts.
push, how could you not run
Yeah.
that? But I think if they want a higher red zone rate, you got to give it to Derrick Henry. And just let him be Derrick Henry. Lower his shoulder and run the fucking ball. Like, so I have the Ravens winning.
Ravens.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, the Bengals could compete with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. Like, that offense is great. But I think the Ravens are gonna edge them out.
No, I agree. I would be more sold on the Ravens if they didn't lose Patrick Queen to the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that just annoys me. But John Harbaugh has been there now for like 15 seasons. Lamar, MVP season. Zay Flowers, second year in the offense. Healthy Mark Andrews. Acquired Derrick Henry behind a really good O-line. That offense and the defense are run like well-oiled machines. No matter who you put back there. Another year of Kyle Hamilton. Another year of Marlon Humphreys. Roquan Smith is still there. I think the Ravens repeat as AFC North winners and huge favorites and contenders in the AFC like they were last year.
Let me just say, I think this might be one of the greatest games to start off the season in the last couple years. Ravens Chiefs,
Yeah.
bro, that game
It's going to be very defensive.
good. That's gonna be
Two
a
really good
game to watch.
defenses going against each other.
Two really good offenses too.
I hope so.
Like
I
I
hope
think
it's a decent game.
this is gonna be a very fun game to watch, and I'm excited.
I'm getting sick of watching Kansas City on Thursday Night Football to start the year, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it somewhere else. I don't want other teams playing in it. So happy the Lions beat them week 1 last year.
I'm not.
Won so much money. So good.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy. I had the Chiefs win.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Ravens. I don't sleep on the Bengals. I think finally we're going to see a full year out of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase after he gets his money.
Hopefully,
T.
he gets his
Higgins, on the franchise tag, so we'll see what happens with
Well,
that.
technically, we won't see a full year if he doesn't get his money by week 1.
No, he'll get his money. He'll be there week 1.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get skeptical. I'm scared.
I think the loss of Joe Mixon is interesting because I think he's going to do fine in Houston, but now we're running with Zach Moss and Chase Brown.
Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna be as big as impact as some people might think. Losing Joe Mixon, I think, Moss and
Chase Brown.
yeah, Chase Brown, I think they're gonna do just fine in that backfield.
We'll
I
see.
think
I got Chase Brown.
they're gonna
in
have a
lot of
nice,
spots,
even-
So I'm hoping Zach Moss just kicks it and we got the Chase Brown show. I think losing Tyler Boyd is going to be huge. Now with him in Tennessee, the third option, there it's a little slim.
Little sleep.
It's a little slim. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Something right.
Somewhere right. Hold on, I want to. Right. The third option there is rookie Jermaine Burton. That's who it
Jermaine
is. We got a
Burton.
rookie taking over Tyler Boyd's spot. I think the Bengals are going to do fine. I just think the Ravens are just so they just kill you. The run game, those timely throws to Zay Flowers and to Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
The defense is always going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
They might drop a game in division, but I still like them to put up 12, 13 wins and win the division. So I agree with the Ravens pick.
All right. AFC South. This. Honestly, no, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I got the Texans. I think this is their conference to lose. I think the Texans are going to win the AFC, and they are honestly my pick to win the Super Bowl. I think dude, their offense is insane.
Yep.
I
know we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks.
Like look, they have 3 receivers on the team that could all go for 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm. It might be the first time we get it.
What do you mean first time? We went over this.
Like in a while.
Oh, in a while.
You didn't let me finish.
I was gonna say, I'm like, we went over this. I looked it up. But this is a little spoiler alert for later on in the video. I think CJ Stroud's winning the MVP. So I just think he had an insane rookie season. I think he's gonna have an even better sophomore season with hopefully a fully healthy Tank Dell for the whole season, Nico Collins, and with the addition of Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs and Dalton Schultz as your tight end, dude, you're gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna have an insane season. I mean, the Colts, maybe. Maybe give him a little competition, but I really don't think so. I think it's gonna be Texans. Like, if they drop a game, it's gonna be to the Colts, and that's it. If they drop a game in the division, my bad.
They're just gonna go undefeated the rest of the way.
In the division, yes.
Okay.
Yes. If they lose a game, I'm telling you, it's gonna be to the Colts.
I'm gonna go Houston here as well. I've been pretty big on Houston the entire offseason and in the last couple weeks. CJ Stroud's gonna have a phenomenal year too. The offense is just, dude, you got like a 9-headed monster on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
And the defense is fine. You got D'Amico Ryans there, who is a defensive-headed coach. So you have an opportunistic defense, I'll say that.
I just want to say, you could clearly tell from watching really all the videos who pays attention more to defense and who watches mainly offense.
Why?
Because I don't know if you noticed, John, I don't talk about defense very often.
Well, defense is kind of a part of the game, man.
No, I know, but it's like when it comes to knowing players and like knowing their stats and everything, I look at the offense. I'm an offensive guy.
Okay.
Always was.
Do you know the stats for the offense?
I mean, like in the ballpark. I can't tell you how many tackles Fred Warner had last year. I know it was a lot.
Yeah, he had 187.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fact check that. If this is right, I'll do the rest of the video with my pants off. What do you have?
I don't know.
What was it?
132.
Ah. Missed it by that much.
Missed it by about 50. Overshot it just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Overshot it just a
Yo,
little
shout out Eric Ebron, though. Love you, man.
So random. What? Shout out Eric Ebron.
What? You tell me you don't love a good Eric Ebron?
I guess. Sure, man.
Oh, I wonder what he's up to now.
Are we just shouting out like random tight ends?
No, I'm shouting out the homie.
Oh, shit. Yo, Jordan Reed, love you, man. Goat.
Uh,
What are we doing? What's going on?
it's up
I
to
was
you.
wrong on the Fred Warner tackles, right? You don't got to rub it in. Let's go. Moving
Yeah,
on.
it's up to you, man. You got the Texans too?
Oh, my bad. I forgot I was still on that. Yes, Texans. Going to be good. CJ Stroud's going to be great. Opportunistic defense. I do love the Colts. I think the Colts are going to have a big resurgence this year, and they will be fighting for that. I don't think it's going to. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a runaway as much as people are thinking, because the Colts have rebranded. Their offense is scary as well. Defense too, and the Titans are going to be a sleeper. I really was counting the Titans out a lot, but they have signed too many pieces to the point where we can't just sweep them under the rug. With Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, and the Jerry Sneed coming over on big contracts.
I'm sweeping, bro.
What?
I'm sweeping them.
And I could totally see the Texans or the Colts dropping a game to the Titans this year. Yeah, no doubt. This division
What about the
is
Jags?
also so back and forth. Dude, after watching the Jags drop an
T-Law.
8-3 record last year and
Yeah.
miss and losing the division by the end of the year, I just can't. I can't.
You don't think
and now,
T-Law and Ingram are going to get it done?
no, definitely not. And they lose
ETN?
Calvin Ridley. I know they bring over Gabe Davis. I think they'll be fine.
but I don't think they're going to be good enough to win the division. I think the Colts and the Texans will be fighting for it. I'm going to go with the Texans though,
because I've been very big on them. I do believe that they will finish very high in the AFC.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not going to think too hard about it.
Okay. And John, for the final division, I want us to say this together on the count of 3 because it is the AFC West.
Right.
And I think there is one and one only answer. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The
Chiefs.
Raiders. What?
Am I dreaming? Did this man just say the Raiders?
The Raiders has to be.
You're lying.
It can't. How can it not be?
Show me your notes.
Dude, Aiden McCon.
He's not even a starting quarterback.
I messed up his name. That's right. But he did beat him last year in Kansas City on Christmas.
Uh-huh.
The Raiders went into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. So what do you got to say about that?
He's not even playing this year.
You're right. We got a better quarterback in Gardner Minshew.
I mean, there's
Uncle Rico coming
Uncle
in
Rico
to sweep the Chiefs. No,
Alright.
fine. It's the Chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I knew you were gonna say.
No,
different
because like the
team,
last
too.
couple seasons, like I have been picking like the Chargers to somewhat be up there with them, but they watching the Chargers is such a headache. I can't. I wouldn't be one. I wouldn't want to be a fan of them. It's hard watching.
Shout out
them.
TJ though, big Chargers guy.
It's hard watching them play football, man. They have like, you good? We're just gonna beep, rewind and just keep going. Here we go. The last couple seasons, the Chargers have had a good offense and defense. They signed all these players. Everyone wants to come to LA and play, and they have just been a laughing stock. And I feel bad for Herbert, who's on this huge deal and has no offensive weapons now.
Yeah.
New coach though.
The 2 offensive weapons he had, in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, left. They're gone.
Yep.
So he really has no.
Joshua Palmer.
I mean, he got what? He has Stoke, right?
They drafted Lad McConkey from Georgia. That's really going to be the number one. Him and Josh Palmer. And then you got J.K. Dobbins, Mr. ACL tear every year. And then Gus Bus, Mr.
Achilles tear every year.
Fucking 30 yards a game, but 3 touchdowns a game as well. Oh.
Shut
bust.
up, producer.
That's all I hear is bust. But yeah, now I have no argument about the Chargers, and I'm pissed. So yeah, the Chiefs. Move on.
All right. I mean, that's all the divisions, John. So you want to get into the
Yeah, man.
individual awards?
I think these will be pretty quick. I think some of these, we might have similar answers depending.
John,
I'll start it
hit
off.
me with
We're gonna do the
your
awards.
Coach of the Year
Coach of the Year.
award winner.
Yep.
Let me hear it.
Coach of the Year. I believe he was stolen right from underneath him last year. I believe it was between Dan Campbell and D'Amico Ryans last year. Although I can't argue with Kevin Stefanski getting it twice now. Coach of the Year, they usually give it to, it's a new guy every year. But I can't argue them giving it to Kevin Stefanski after what the Browns went through last year, and they still made the playoffs. This time, I do believe it will be Dan Campbell. The Lions,
Hey, I'm on the same train.
to me, I believe that the Lions are just going to finish with such a big record in the NFC. They're going to finish very highly. Dan Campbell's finally going to get it, although I would not be mad with the D'Amico Ryans pick because I believe Houston, very opposite of the Lions, going to finish very highly on the AFC side.
Honestly, those are my 2
It's between one of those two.
conference winners. I think they're going to be the 1 seed for both.
Are we just in agreement on everything?
I think so.
God damn it, Kevin.
I mean,
I'm copying my notes.
I know
Damn it.
we're not in agreement for our next award, which is the MVP award,
Why is that the next award?
because it's at the top of my list. You want to do a
No.
different one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comeback player of the year.
Okay, comeback player of the year. Again,
In agreement.
yeah,
I
in
hope
agreement.
so.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
I think he's
Can
in a
you
great
think of
offense.
anybody who else would be in there? No. Oh, maybe Nick Chubb. Nick
Yeah,
Chubb is
maybe Nick
definitely
Chubb.
up there for that. Anybody else get
I
hurt?
don't know. I just feel like Aaron Rodgers is in a great offense for him to get the comeback of the player of the year award. I think he's going to be just fine after his Achilles tear. I don't think he's really going to lose a step. I think he's still going to be Aaron Rodgers that we all know and love. I think he's going to be fine.
If Aaron Rodgers just plays 16 or 17 games, he's going to win it.
Yeah.
So he just has to step on the field and throw a ball.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with the rookies of the year or
Yeah, let's do rookies of the year.
offensive rookie of the year.
Okay, so I got 2 here. I think it's either going to be Caleb Williams or Malik Neighbors. I know most people have thought
When I said 2, he's always going to say Marvin Harrison. No, Malik Neighbors.
All right. Well, now can you actually pick one?
It's going to be 1 or 2. That's why I put 2.
You think they're that equal?
Well, okay, look. If I had to pick one, I'm going Caleb Williams.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, after watching this preseason, Malik Neighbors' catch radius is huge.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Daniel Jones puts the ball somewhere within like 5 feet of Malik Neighbors, he's gonna come down with it. He's gonna like move his body in some weird way or like make some insane reach and a grab, and like, he's gonna come down with it. He did his first 2 balls he caught in the first preseason game were like that. Mm-hmm. Like they were terrible balls. He was covered and he came down with them.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna have a just fine. I think he's gonna be fine during the regular season. He's gonna have a great rookie year, even with Daniel Jones as his quarterback. But if I had to choose one, I'm choosing Caleb Williams. He looked amazing during preseason. He has the weapons to be great, and he could run. He could pat. He's a dual threat. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna most likely win Rookie of the Year.
Okay. Now, as much as I would like to put Marvin Harrison, because I think he is a one-of-one prospect and will do fine with the Cardinals, Kyler Murray's going to feed the man. And despite it being the Bears and a quarterback in the same sentence, I still believe Caleb Williams will win it. Time and time again, the last couple seasons, no matter how many times a rookie receiver comes in and breaks the rookie record, it's not enough to beat out the quarterback.
Jamar Chase won Rookie of the Year.
Did he win Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
I was the only one. My bad.
Yes, he did.
Because Justin Jefferson had a great year, but Herbert beat him out.
Yeah.
And then Puka broke Jefferson's record, but C.J. Stroud did it. What?
There was no beating CD.
I think it's just because he scored like 15 touchdowns. That's why. My bad. I forgot about Jamar Chase. He's quite forgettable.
Yeah.
Are you sure he won it that year?
Yeah.
He definitely won it that year.
Pretty sure. I could look it up right now.
Yeah. No, I think he definitely won it that year.
What year was that? 21.
Yeah. There wasn't a good, but there weren't good enough quarterbacks that year. That was Trevor Lawrence's year. They didn't do enough. LaMelo Ball. I don't remember him winning the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's defensive. Brother. Michael Parsons plays offense now?
Good.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
Jimmer. All right, the one rookie in the last, 3 seasons. It's all been quarterbacks, though.
I guess.
Yeah, Caleb. Not really an argument there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for you.
Wait. Garrett Wilson won it in 22.
Did he? Oh, my God, he did.
Yeah, because Sauce...
stupid, my
Because it
bad.
just had offensive and defensive rookie
I
of
was
the
just
year
thinking
that year.
back. My mind went straight to Herbert and C.J. Stroud. That's my bad.
It's only been a quarterback. It's been one quarterback in the last 3 seasons.
Stroud and Herbert.
No, it was Stroud, Wilson, Chase, Herbert, Kyler, Saquon.
Right, so 3 quarterbacks.
In the last 4 years.
Right. So back-to-back receiver. Whoops. Forgot about those guys.
Honestly, looking at this list, it looks like it's...
My bad.
Dude, quarterbacks are the least to win the award looking at this list since 1999.
Whoops.
God, even way.
I'm still going Caleb, though. I still think Caleb's going to do great.
Okay, there's been 10 since 1999 to win Rookie of the Year. The rest have been wide receivers and quarterbacks.
I guess it is a lot tougher for a quarterback to do it.
Yeah.
Because a rookie could get drafted theoretically to a good offense.
Yeah.
Still, Caleb. Caleb's on a better offense. And
Wow.
It all relies on him.
Real quick, before 2004, the last quarterback to win Rookie of the Year was in 1970.
That makes sense.
When
So,
Dennis Shaw did it.
That makes sense, though.
So 11.
Because skill players just came right from college, just dominated the NFL.
Yeah, that's insane.
11 quarterbacks have won rookie. No, wait, 29. So around 15 quarterbacks have only won rookie. But
Oh, no. Yeah, 11 have won.
And 2 have happened in the last 4 years, so
Yeah, since
maybe it's becoming
1970.
more of an occurrence.
Since
All
1970, 11 quarterbacks have won
All
Rookie
Caleb
of the
has to do is throw for 4,000 yards, and he wins. All he has to do is throw for 4K and be the first Bears quarterback ever to throw for 4K, and he wins.
Yeah, they might
All
be
right.
good.
quarterbacks have a 20% chance of getting rookie offensive rookie. So John
Look
was
at
probably-
this guy.
John was probably
The math.
bad.
Yeah,
And
but
you
it's-
just had to retake your math regents? You're lying
It's
to
not
me.
math, geometry.
It's three in the last 5 years though.
Wait,
so
real
maybe
quick,
it's
is
becoming
geometry
more
not
of an
math?
occurrence,
What did you
though.
say? Geometry isn't math?
Hey, defense player, rookie of the player of the year.
All right, John. I know, again, we're in agreement for Defensive Rookie of the Year. You say, because I don't know how to say his name.
What? We're in agreement on this too? You
Yeah.
didn't take Dallas Turner or Byron Murphy?
No.
Which I think, again, it could be any of these names. Latu.
Latu.
Yeah, DN for the Colts. I believe that the Colts fully... we gotta stop talking about the Colts. I feel like we're so in the AFC South.
I mean...
The Colts as a whole are going to be good.
Yeah.
Defensively, this is a huge pickup to go with DeForest Buckner on the defensive line. I think that the Colts are going to do good enough where he will be able to show more of his stuff and win the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Although Byron Murphy being on Seattle, it's tough for a D tackle to win. The last D tackle to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, Aaron Donald, which was a decade ago.
Yeah.
So I don't really like his chances. Although Dallas Turner, I mean, he has more of a chance definitely than Byron Murphy does, but I like Latu.
I was
sure.
in between Turner and Latu. So...
Yeah. I think all three of those definitely have a chance, but we'll see.
It should be a competitive bracket for the award.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Now, I went a little weird with the offensive and defensive player of the year. It's not necessarily chalk, but...
I went kind of... Offense, I kind of went obvious.
I kind of went weird with it.
But not obvious.
Not like
but
weird, but
I guess
like-
like front runner.
Not weird, but I don't think anybody has this guy for, necessarily winning offensive player of the year, but...
Who you got?
I mean, I went with a guy I'm very high on, and
You're
on a
on
team that I
Kyler
think is going to be high on. I put Amon-Ra St. Brown as the offensive rookie of the year.
Wow.
And it's tough because, do you go running back, do you go receiver? Because a running back just has to have, a decent running back year, and they're most likely going to win it because there's too many receivers to choose from, unless, that receiver had such an insane year. You saw Tyreek Hill drop 1,800 yards and a stupid amount of touchdowns, but the year that Christian McCaffrey had a running back with 1,500 on the ground, 21 total touchdowns, and 500 through the air. That's a winner. I also think him going through the playoffs and actually making the Super Bowl helped a lot. You could clearly see how valuable he was to that team. We saw Jefferson win it in 22 after the crazy year he had, but not a great running back year. 21 is the only argument you can necessarily make for a running back. Should have won it with Jonathan Taylor, but Cooper Kupp arguably had the greatest great receiving season ever.
I think he did.
So it's tough to go.
No, he literally did have the greatest receiving season ever.
He did. So
can't even debate
I
it.
think it's going to be one of the top receivers that got paid this offseason. And I think it's either going to be Amon-Ra. CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase are definitely in there. I think it's honestly going to be one of those two, but if I had to just give the edge to somebody, Amon-Ra, because I think the Lions are going to be better than the Bengals and the Cowboys this year.
Okay.
So that's my argument for that.
I mean, that's not a bad pick. I can definitely see that happening. I kind of went with a safe answer, I guess, or a front runner.
Let me guess. Did you go running back or receiver?
Running back. I mean,
Is it on the screen?
yeah, he's on my screen. I just want to see the pass winners.
Am I dumb? I can't see it. So it's running back?
Yeah.
Brees or Bijan?
No.
No, not one of those guys. Jonathan Taylor? Did you go Christian McCaffrey
I
again?
did go Christian
Oh, you went
McCaffrey.
back to back.
I think he's going back to back just because Christian McCaffrey he's like a freak among humans.
Should have won it in 2019.
No, I know.
Scumbags.
I mean, I think he's
You
rushing.
break one receptions record, and then we got to give it to the guy who hasn't played football in 5 fucking years. He's now off the Saints.
I think
Slant boy.
CMC is gonna have another 1,500-yard rushing season, and then another 600 or 700 yards receiving season. He's putting up I think he's probably gonna put up 20 touchdowns this year total.
Again?
Again, I
Interesting.
really think he's just gonna have another insane season where people are gonna put him in that MVP conversation. But I do think he's gonna lose to the guy who I have as my MVP. But I think Chris McCaffrey goes back to back with offensive player.
I mean, I could see it. I would be a little surprised if they gave it to him again back to back.
You think so?
But he's gonna have a great season. Will he have what he did last year? I mean, 21 touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. If he does it again, dude.
21 is kind of crazy. He had 7 receiving touchdowns. That's the most he's ever had.
Yeah.
In a season receiving.
I
And
don't
then
see.
14 on the ground. I don't think he's gonna get 21 again. But
From what
we'll
I'm seeing,
see.
I don't see anyone. Actually, last person to win it back to back was Marshall Falk, who won it
99, 2000.
99, 2000, and 2001. So he won it back to back to back. He did a three-peat.
We also won an MVP. In one
Yeah.
of those years.
So I think everyone else who won it multiple times looks to have had at least 1 year in between. But I think Chris McCaffrey's gonna go back to back.
Okay. I like it.
Oh, Earl Campbell too. Back to back to
Campbell.
back. From 1978 to 1980.
Who's your DPOY? Because I definitely went different here.
Yeah?
We definitely don't have the same guy.
Okay, I went TJ Watt.
Yeah. All right. I figured.
Who'd you go
That's
with?
pretty chalked. I was going to go with TJ Watt, but I wanted to go a little bit outside the box, and it took some convincing.
Mhm.
But I think because we haven't had a cornerback in the last couple of years, and I think TJ Watt is so chalk, like, you could just give it to him every season. He could have won it the last 3 years.
Can
but-
I guess?
Sure.
Did you go with Sauce?
I did go with Sauce.
On Sauce?
I did go with Sauce.
Wow.
Because despite
It's hard
me
for a corner to win.
picking the Dolphins to win the division against the Jets, which I said it's going to be close. I do think that defense is going to do majority of the work, and I think now with the offense on the Jets playing well, that means Sauce is going to play like even better. And it's tough because Gilmore was the last one to win it in 2019, right? But people were actually throwing to him. That's the problem. Nobody throws to Sauce, so it's tough for a guy like that to win it.
It is tough for him to win it when no one's throwing at you, but also if no one's throwing at you, you're a great
But
corner.
then again, I'm pretty sure Darrelle Revis also won the Defensive Player of the Year, not getting the ball thrown to him.
I think he has.
So it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's my outside the box pick. I'm gonna say another cornerback will win it. We'll have 2 cornerbacks
Okay.
in the last 5 seasons winning it.
You see, I don't think a corner's going to win it. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it is going to be Sauce, because
Yep.
Sauce is that guy, I will admit. I feel like TJ Watt, linebacker, he gets a lot of tackles and a lot of sacks.
That's a lot of sacks. Yeah.
That's what
He
really
inflates.
separates him from every other linebacker
The
in the league.
inflated
It's just
stat.
he gets a crazy amount of sacks. He technically broke the sack record, like, what was it, 2 seasons ago?
Mhm.
But like, I think they
Didn't
only
he
gave.
tie it?
I think they only gave him a half a sack
Mhm.
on like the one that would have broke it. So he either tied it or he's like a half a sack short, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember there was like this little like talks about like, oh, they should have gave him a full sack or something, like something happened
Mhm.
where like he should have broke it, but the NFL didn't give him.
I mean, you can
Didn't
just
credit
give it
him.
to him every year if you're doing it based off of sacks. But I think like individually with like tackles,
But I mean,
pressures,
he has the tackle
and everything
too.
like that. Like, yeah, but he's not leading in tackles like Garrett was last year.
I don't think you
Bosa
have-
was the year before.
I don't think you have to lead in tackles when you're going to be a top 5
Well, I'm saying
sack
like
leader this
everything,
year.
like pressures up the middle, like or around the like or off the edge, tackles, sacks. Like there's a bunch of other stats that go into it. I feel like with TJ, because he is always up there in sacks, people are just like, whoa, defensive player of the year.
I mean, but he's only won it once. It's not like Aaron Donald, who has a mediocre season and wins it, and then gets 99 overall
Who?
in Madden. Aaron Donald.
Oh
I don't think he should have won the last one he won. I don't think he should have got it.
no, even though he's very dominant up the middle, I mean like.
I think
He's a
the
what,
I
he's a
think the
3-time?
NFL as a whole, like, milked every little like piece of hype they could get out of Aaron Donald. Because for the last few years that he played, you can't tell me he was the Aaron Donald we all knew for majority of his career. You can't.
What do you mean?
I feel like he took, like, you could tell he was declining in the last
I wouldn't necessarily say declining.
2 to 3 years of his career. He
But in the last 2 to 3 years, he's won the Defensive Player of the Year.
which I don't think he earned.
2 back to back.
I don't think he earned his last one. I feel like the NFL just gave it to him.
I think also just the defense on their side had a bad year. Like if he came back, if he decided to play another year and go all out, he probably would win again.
Dude,
That's a Hall of Famer, man.
No, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but like I feel like they just,
You're
they
saying they're
overhype-
inflating him.
yeah, they.
Well, I say the same thing for T.J. Watt.
All right.
Sacks is an overrated. That's such an inflated stat.
Yeah. But I mean,
Like you
it's an important step.
Girl, you had like 15 sacks. Your team also put up 7 wins, and you did nothing.
See,
At least Myles Garrett was the
for
reason why the Browns made the playoffs last year.
yeah, but for Player of the Year, they look at stats for that. They don't look at your team.
Well, that's why Myles Garrett was like the clear favorite last year because
Well,
the
yeah,
Browns were.
But like, say this will never happen. But say Christian McCaffrey rushes for 2,000 yards, right? And
What do you mean it won't happen?
No, listen. The second part won't happen.
Okay.
Well, third part really. He rushes for 2,000 yards. He has 700 receiving yards, and then
Jesus.
the 49ers
That's MVP.
win 2 games. You tell me they're not giving
Well,
him
that
those
would
awards?
never happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're telling me they're not giving him the award because his
No,
team
but I
didn't
feel
do
like
well?
you're talking about a whole different conversation because there's been plenty of this in the past where there's been teams that have won very little games and they've had like the players have gone off. But you would never see that. That's incredible. Like you would never see a 2K rusher on a 2-win team ever.
You never know, bro.
They would, but then again, because you've never seen that ever, and that would never happen. They probably would give it to them.
I don't think when it comes to like
But
player
then
of the
again,
year
that's a
awards, I don't
2K
think they look.
rusher.
I don't think. Yeah, but I don't.
Is TJ Watt putting up 20 fucking sacks every season?
Dude,
Probably.
I don't think
but his other stats are not great.
I don't think they look at team success when it comes to player of the year award.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, but I don't
But
think
that
that's
was
the
a big
main
reason
factor.
why
I think if it comes down to like 2 players, how it could go either way, then I think they're like, all right, let's
then
look
they
at
gotta break it down.
yeah, like let's tiebreaker. Who did
That's what
better
I
for the
mean. They
team?
see like the big number that TJ Watt posts up sacks, and then they look at everyone else and they're like, oh, like he didn't lead in pressures, he didn't lead in coverage rate. I mean, he does.
It all adds up,
He
though.
does get a pick every now and then because he's an outside linebacker and not
Mm-hmm.
an edge rusher. So whatever. That's my pick
All right.
though. I'm gonna go sauce. I'm gonna go outside the box on that one.
All right.
And then MVP, I think we're actually in agreement here, but I do have 2 names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start then, because I don't think we're in agreement.
CJ Stroud is my
Oh.
MVP,
Yeah, never mind. We are in agreement.
along with Jalen Hurts. I think
Yeah.
either
See,
one
I
of
thought
those-
you just had him.
I'm very high on the Eagles and the Texans. So that's actually going to be my Super Bowl pick this
Oh,
year.
really?
Yeah, is
Okay.
Eagles.
We're not in agreement with the Super Bowl pick.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's so down on the Eagles. This offense just looks insane. Both of them do. The Eagles have been doing it a little bit longer. The coach is there building a repertoire with the quarterback after they're falling out last year. A.J. Brown is still there last I checked. Devonta Smith is still there. They just got Jahan Dotson.
They're all
I
healthy
know.
too.
I know, but then again, the O-line is fine. I know, despite losing Jason Kelsey, it's not even much as, a skill level on the line. Losing the leadership is going to be tough on that side.
And just the experience.
But they're going to be just fine. And then you have Saquon, who's going to rush for, at least 1,400 yards when he's healthy. I think this offense is scary. I think the defense needs to button their shit up. Seriously. If they want to make a Super Bowl, this defense has to button their shit up. All right, D-line's got to play good. You know, the aging players on their side, Brandon Graham, we just got to, we got to just get the camaraderie. Losing Hassan Reddick is just going to be annoying. Yeah, this is just this sucks.
If you had to
I want
choose
the
one though
defense.
between Stroud and Hurts, who's winning that award?
If
it came down-
that is tough.
If it came
man.
down to both of them, which honestly it most likely will come down to both of those guys, who's
yeah,
it going to be?
I think it depends on how many touchdowns Jalen Hurts passes and rushes for combined,
Mhm.
as opposed because I believe CJ Stroud will throw for 5K yards because he's not a rushing quarterback as much as Jalen Hurts is.
Mhm.
So it will depend on how many rushing touchdowns Saquon gets to how many tush pushes Hurts gets.
You think they're still going to do the tush push even without
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey?
Oh, for sure. That's
'Cause
not, yeah.
Kelsey was a big part of that
But-
tush push.
Yeah, but I think that would matter if the quarterback was maybe 6'5" and frail.
Mhm.
But you see Jalen Hurts out
Yeah,
there?
he squats 600 pounds.
He looks like an O-lineman out there,
Yeah.
all right?
Oh,
I
well,
think
I'm
he'll
saying
do
last
just
year,
fine.
I saw an interview. Honestly, it might have been on the New Heights podcast. I think it was Jason Kelsey who said it, or one of their guests. They're like, yeah, the tush push is so effective because, when you have a center who squats 600 pounds and then you have a quarterback who also squats 600
It
pounds,
makes it a lot
how do you not
easier.
get in there?
Yeah.
And then you put two big ass running backs back there. How you not getting in there?
I mean, I'm just going to make those 2 my official picks. I really can't make a pick.
Mm.
Oh, man.
Don't think to say a name.
This is tough.
On the count of 3, don't even think to say first name that comes to your head. They're your pick. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
CJ Stroud. I'm just trying to get in the voters' heads, and despite Mahomes had a great season 2 years ago, I thought Jalen Hurts had just an even he did have a great season, but it was tough to make that argument because the Chiefs were working with less, and Mahomes still put up the numbers that he did. People everywhere, all NFL fans believed that if you took Hurts out of the Eagles' offense and put any other quarterback in there, they would do just as fine or even better.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that. I think Hurts is a great player, and I think he's the reason why this offense runs the way that it does. I'm not. Yeah, obviously, if you put fucking like Josh Allen in there, it's a good offense. You know,
yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do? Like you switch like Mahomes with like Lamar or something. Zay Flowers is still gonna go for like 1,400 yards. Mark Andrews is gonna be great.
Like you put a mediocre quarterback in the Eagles offense, I think they still do fine. It's like I feel like they're the next best.
They
thing.
would do fine.
I feel like they're the next best.
But
thing
I got
outside of the
Jalen
49ers.
Hurts in there because he's gonna potentially win MVP. That's the reason why. Sure, if you put any other quarterback in there, they might win like 9 or 10 games. If you put Hurts in there, they're gonna win 13 or 14 games.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
I mean, yeah.
That's
but
like 7 seed.
Well, it
borderline
depends
missing
on the
playoffs.
quarter. If you
so
put
one
Daniel
seed.
Jones in there, at best he's winning 9 games.
Yeah. Oh God, no.
If you put
No.
if you put a quarterback who like Brock Purdy,
Even if you put Bryce Young back there, they ain't winning 10 games.
no, if you put like Brock Purdy back there, right, in the Eagles offense, yes, he's a good quarterback, but he gets a lot more hype and gets told he's a lot better than he is because of the offense around him.
Yeah.
Like he's still winning at least 11 games in the Eagles offense.
I don't know. I think it runs around Hurts. It's built like this. The rushing is for it. The line works well with him. He's a big quarterback. I don't think it would work as well with other quarterbacks as you might think. Just the top guys, but that's a lot of offenses. So I don't really like the argument.
Okay, so you're going C.J. Stroud as your
I'm trying to get in the voters'
your number
heads.
one pick.
Yeah, with that. Because if he throws for 5K, it's going to be like a unanimous thing.
All right.
Even if he only throws for like 38 touchdowns.
Yeah, so we see I'm very high on C.J. Stroud, as most people are. I think he's going to have an even better season. Like, we already talked about this. You know, he's got Diggs, Tank Dell, Neil Collins, Mixon, Schultz. Like, he's easily going to throw for 5K yards. But I think
I don't know easily, but
he's throwing 5K yards, bro. I'll put money on it. He'll throw for 5K yards. But I know you said you think he's going to have like 38 touchdowns. I think he gets up there with like 46, 48. Dude,
I mean, that's like a perfect quarter. It's like a really good quarterback year, man.
No, I know, but like with the offensive weapons he has,
Yeah.
there's no reason he shouldn't get above 40 touchdowns, or at least 40 touchdowns.
Right.
What are you looking up? What are you typing?
Just want to see like Mahomes, because Mahomes just threw for 5K 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he threw for 41 touchdowns. But Mahomes also threw for 5K in his what I thought was his better MVP year in 2018. He threw for 50.
Yeah.
That was the last time someone's thrown for like. That's the last time
Above,
someone's
like,
thrown for
45?
50. But in the last couple of years, 41 has been the highest thrown.
Yeah.
It's been. I
I
don't
think
know. The
Stroud
quarterback
beats
play has been weird the last couple of years.
I think Stroud
the
beats that.
yardage has been here, but the touchdowns is like down here, which is weird.
Yeah, I think C.J. Stroud goes for over.
That's why I think
over
like even if he
40
throws like
touchdowns,
38, potentially 40, if he throws for 5K,
I think there's a chance he goes for over
I
45
think the
touchdowns.
voters are like, yeah, I mean, he's got to win it.
You got to give it to him. So, I know you already said your Super Bowl is Eagles Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have winning that game?
Man. C.J. Stroud wins MVP. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles hoisted the Lombardi.
Whoa!
Yep.
You're giving the MVP to a loser?
What?
Super Bowl MVP.
No, that's not what he was talking about. He's saying
Oh, you're talking about league MVP. I thought you meant. Cause I was on Super Bowl, so I thought you meant. I thought you meant Stroud gets Super Bowl MVP,
no.
but
That's why I was
the
like,
Eagles.
what?
Yeah,
No,
okay,
no,
I got you.
I say Houston gets there, but I think the Eagles edge them out.
Oh, okay, I got you. I mean, really?
I mean, this is like tough because like in the NFC, like as much as I want it, like the nah. I feel like I gotta think about this more because like the Lions though. I'm doing this all like raw. I forgot to make my Super Bowl picks, so I'm kind of doing this live in front of you. You guys can see my thought process behind it.
Raw uncut.
The raw uncut because I absolutely love the Lions, and I think that the Lions are going to make it far. I mean, the Niners still have the pieces, but
How many chances they get?
Exactly. How
Like,
many
what else do
chances
they
are they
need?
really gonna get
Because they lost last year with basically the same. Honestly,
with the same team?
Yeah, same team.
So everyone's
didn't
like
really
picking the
lose
Niners to
anyone.
just go back, but like no, I think the
Yeah.
Lions and the Eagles are gonna be better than them. Like or just, but by the time they get to the playoffs, I think that they're going to just beat them in that timely fourth quarter. It's gonna that's who's gonna come out. I might be totally wrong. I might want to put the Lions in there. I might go Lions Texans, and I would pick the Lions there. I would. I'm going to change it. I'm going to say that the Lions and the Eagles NFC Championship game, Lions beat the Eagles to go to the chip, and then the Lions win it against the Texans in the Super Bowl.
Jonathan. Why did you have to change your pick?
Is that who you have?
I have the Texans and the Lions in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
But I have the Texans winning it.
okay.
I
All right,
think-
so we're a little different.
Yeah, we're a little different. I just think it's like I've said this in earlier videos. I think it's the Texans Super Bowl to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just have all the right pieces on offense and defense. If they're going to win any year, it's going to be this year. If they don't win this year, I don't know what else you can do to put them in the winning spot. But
Yeah.
I think Houston gets their first Super Bowl this year. Super Bowl 59.
Listen, we saw it last year. C.J. Stroud came out great as a rookie. We saw it a couple years ago with the Bengals. Burrow's second year, Jamar Chase first year. They had a chance to win it. With the Rams had a great season and everything.
And we saw a few years before that with Chiefs. Mahomes in his third year should have been in his second year. They should have taken him to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean,
But
like he won his third year, he did a great team. So that's why I'm
No,
saying
I
like
know.
C.J. Stroud could
Stroud
do it.
has an even better
Texans
team. you could
win their
argue.
first Super Bowl. I think that it's young. We might be inflating them a little bit.
Either
here.
way,
We're really
I'll
expecting
pick
them to
someone
do
wins
great.
their first Super Bowl because the Lions never won one.
That's true.
I don't think the Lions even played in one.
That's true. And
Both
I think,
teams play in their first Super Bowl,
and
and one of them wins their
them will
first
win
Super
it.
Bowl.
That's great. And I'm glad that we're in agreement. And I'm glad that we went through this whole video and everything, and we talked about it. And it doesn't matter because the Chiefs are just gonna go in three-piece, and everyone's gonna stop watching football. And
There's going to be a
there's going
there's
to
going to be a pass interference
pitchforks and fucking
flag
like,
in the fourth quarter.
pitchforks and torches in front of the Mahomes house and Kelsey's house. They're gonna literally force those two out of retirement because I am sick of watching the Chiefs already. I'm already like a bitter old
Who are they
like
forcing out of retirement?
Mahomes and Kelsey. Just gonna force them out of the league.
Oh, force them into retirement, not
Force
out
them
of
into
retirement.
retirement.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sick of it. Bullshit.
of it.
Man.
Sick of it.
I already feel like an old
Sick
like
of it.
old man Jets fan that's like bitter about like the Patriots all those years.
I love seeing the Chiefs win. Like year after year, because I remember when they won their first one, I was like, yeah, this team has a chance to be
great.
really good. And
Still
then they won their
fine.
second one, and I was like, yo, like I wouldn't be surprised if this team has like 7 with just these guys.
Yeah.
And then Tyreek left, and they got their third without Tyreek, and I was like, yo. No, I'm like this. Like I kind of like
No,
seeing
it's
them,
annoying.
but I
hate
know
it.
because I hated seeing the Patriots win.
Yeah.
But like I didn't see the start of the Patriots because I was too young. I didn't see Tom Brady's first like 3 Super Bowls because I was in like 03, 04, like that range.
Great teams
Yeah.
all around.
See, I saw the start of this dynasty. I guess you could call it a dynasty.
Yeah.
And so like I'm kind of excited. Like
But
I want
was-
to see how
I
much they
was
can
okay.
win.
Like I like to see the best team win. Okay. We are just like Mahomes is. People are just ready. People are already calling him the GOAT, the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread, and I'm sick of hearing that shit.
I mean, if
alright?
he retired right now, you tell me he's not a Hall of Famer.
I didn't say that, but you're saying he's the best quarterback to ever play the sport.
Well, no, because Tom Brady currently has about 45,000
That's
more
what
yards.
I mean. But like, let me get it out because like people like with social media, it's so inflated. Like Mahomes is just everywhere, the star of the
Dude, he just
league,
makes
the
such
GOAT.
flashy plays.
I don't give a fuck, man. That team was awful last year, and then you're telling me they win the Super Bowl? Are you
That was a
fucking
bad
kidding
Chiefs
me?
team.
There was like 8 teams that could have just like you could literally go player for player and be like they're better than every single person besides like Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones. And you're telling me they went?
Guess
Are you
what?
fucking kidding
Guess
me?
what, John? A win's a win. When a win's a win.
They have Patrick Mahomes on their team.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. They're not winning this year, and if they do, I'm not watching football again.
That's
if they
a
go
lie.
for a three-peat, I swear to God, I'm
That's
just not
a
gonna
lie.
watch it.
That's a lot.
I'm not watching any games the Chiefs play in. How about that?
How about this? If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year, you don't get to play next year in fantasy.
No, they didn't.
You don't get to do any of your fantasy leagues.
Any of them?
No, you take
Oh,
a
that's
year off
crazy.
of fantasy.
No, because this is scripted, so the NFL is just gonna make the Chiefs win it anyway.
You take
so
a
I'm
year
not
off of
doing
fantasy
that.
except for your dynasty league
I'm not
because you have to pay attention to that.
No, I ain't doing that.
No, you're not
It's
that confident?
scripted. No, because like the WWE is just scripted entertainment, so the Chiefs are gonna win the three-peat anyway. This all means nothing.
Hi.
No, I ain't doing that. That's like me betting on like the WWE. That's like saying like like Logan Paul or like
I'm pretty sure you
Cody
can.
Rhodes.
Pretty sure you can. Like, yeah, they know who's gonna win, but we don't know who's gonna win.
No, I don't want to be. I don't want somebody else controlling my fate.
And also, if Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul face off, Cody Rhodes is destroying him. Logan Paul's a good wrestler, but it's Cody Rhodes.
I'm over it.
It's the American Nightmare.
This is a long one. All right, thank you for sticking with us. If you got this far,
We said this was gonna be a short video. It is not.
We covered a lot though.
We did. We talked a lot.
Yeah, and then you probably won't see it. You'll probably the next video you will see will be a shorter video of the Thursday night game. We're gonna be
That one
covering
actually
that game.
should be a shorter video because it's just the Thursday.
We're just gonna
night game.
cover the Thursday night game. We're gonna cover the spread.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
and
make
Friday
our
game. And Friday game.
Pick.
There's a Friday game
and
this
the
week.
Friday game. Right,
We'll
right.
cover that game too.
So the Thursday we'll be covering the Thursday night game and the Friday night game. We're going to cover the spreads, the picks, the top fantasy players, any injuries that are going to be going on, anything right before the game that you might miss. We're going to make our picks because we're going to run like a season-long thing of making picks and have maybe something at the end of the season.
We'll put up a
has
graphic
a
every
better-
week
yeah.
of our records.
Right. And then Friday, there will be a big podcast for week 1 football, Sunday and Monday games, which I'm very excited about. We're going to make all of our picks. We're going to talk all fantasy, all matchup by matchup. I'm excited for that one. So that'll be a big podcast Friday, shorter video on Thursday, and that's all I got for that. You got anything to add?
Nah, check out the TikTok. We're starting to post more on the TikTok. Go there and follow it.
Yeah, and Spotify and Instagram. They flash up on the screen throughout the video, and they're in the description below. They're everywhere. So go to that. You can follow us on Instagram if you want. You don't really have to. That's optional.
You could if you want, though. That'd be cool.
That would be cool, I guess. That's all I got for you. So we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.